Hello, my fellow concerned friends, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for showing up and watching and supporting me every single time I post. It genuinely means the world to me. And if you are new here, hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Out of all of these other videos you could have clicked on, you chose mine, and I really, really appreciate that. I hope that you can stick around and you can get something beneficial from my content today. Want to know a social media truth that is incredibly uncomfortable to sit with? Kids pay, and kids pay well. Bad kids, kids with behavioral problems, a child of yours that has done something that goes against the societal norm, that pays even better. And this is a very dystopian fact that these family channels, these family influencers, momfluencers, TikTok moms, YouTube mom, it doesn't matter, okay? These family channels absolutely know about this and they capitalize off of it. These family influencers are well aware that it is not enough for their viewers to just post their simple day-to-day life, because let's be honest, if you're a parent, you know that can be quite boring. But you know what's not boring? Because it is ever evolving and changing and you have no idea what's coming next. A child's development. And it is that exact formula that brings about so many viral videos that actually kick off these family channels or family run accounts. One I can think of that's happened pretty recently is the "It's Not Your Birthday" meme that was going viral on TikTok, where it was the little boy who was singing happy birthday to his little brother because it was his littler brother's birthday. And as he was singing happy birthday, he kept saying, "Happy birthday to me." And then finally the mom's like, "It's not your birthday. It's your brother's birthday." And he starts losing it. He starts absolutely losing it because he's a child. He's having a meltdown. He wants it to be his birthday. That's, that happens, right? And so dad swiftly picks him up and takes him to the other room so everyone else can enjoy eating their cake in peace and calm and quiet so that little brother can have a good birthday continuing, right? Well, that clip obviously went completely viral because what is part of that formula? A child losing its mind. That's hilarious to the entire world, and those moments can be extremely funny. Should they be posted for the entire world to see, for your child to be a viral meme? No, because that turns into situations like what this family did, where they continued to post content of this child, honestly, from what I have seen, rage baiting this child, trying to get their next viral moment. They even claimed to be the next face of TikTok parenting, and I'm pretty sure even came out with merch around that birthday video, but I could give other examples too. I can think of that kid, Amelia Rose, whose mom is nonstop posting content of her, making her look like the absolute worst child in the world. I think one of the very first videos I saw regarding them was that Amelia had used her mom's card to buy a lot of purses, or maybe one really expensive purse, and the mom's just behind the phone like, "Oh my gosh, why would you do that?" Which of course sparks in the comments all of this rage, why is this child doing this? Why are you letting her do this? Why are you just sitting there laughing and not actually using this as a learning moment? And why does this continue to happen? And we are adding to that list a family that a lot of y'all brought to my attention, the Chatterbox clan. And let me just say, buckle in your seatbelts for this video, because the only word I can use to describe this situation, what is happening on this TikTok, is a complete and total mess. I do just want to give some trigger warnings though before we get into this, that we are going to be talking about some pretty heavy topics here. Number one, of course, we are talking about the exploitation of children online and using children as content. But number two, a huge overarching heavy theme here is that one of the children that we are talking about today is a 17-year-old who got pregnant and whose mother did not let her get an abortion. And that is where we are going from today. This is going to be very heavy. If this is not a video you think that you can listen to right now, I totally understand, because honestly, in listening to all of that mom's videos regarding this, I felt like I was going to lose my mind. How can you treat your own children like this? I digress. If this is not a video for you, I totally understand. No hard feelings for clicking away. I will see you guys maybe in another video. This is the Chatterbox clan. It is an account ran by a mom of 9. A mom of 9. And this is an important detail. She herself was a teen mom. As in, she herself, as a former teenager, had a baby and therefore knows how hard it is, not just to have a baby in general, but to have a baby as a teenager, as a child yourself. She herself has firsthand lived through those struggles, has slept those sleepless, lonely, confusing nights. And you're about to witness the unfortunate way that she is treating her very own daughter going through that exact same thing.
Say it again.
I support abortion.
You support abortions. I support your body, your choice, but I don't support what the hell's on your mind right now because you don't even know what you're thinking yourself. That stuff can come back and haunt you. Not as bad as the other one. I mean, you can make a decision, but I'm telling you,
why would I let my own decision haunt me?
because you're not a smart person right now. Remember what Pastor John says. So you don't even know what you're saying. You don't even know the consequences. The frontal of your brain has not formed. You don't even understand the consequences of it right now. Therefore, you made the decision when you did what you did. If you did what you did, that's when you made the decision. Sadly. Now, I support certain things, but that's if, like, circumstances are really, really messed up and something happened where it wasn't your choice. Then it would be like, okay, I'm out of it. However you want to wing it. This right here is a whole nother ball game. And trust me, it'll haunt you. Trust me, it'll haunt you. I don't know. I'm sure there's other people going through this.
Yeah, what you just heard is that mother tell her 17-year-old daughter that, hey, I agree with your body, your choice, but in my opinion, you made that choice when you lied down and chose to do what you did. Now you have to live with the consequence. But hey, if it was forced on you, maybe things would be a little different. But right now, you're really stupid and you need to listen to the pastor and what the pastor says, because the pastor agrees with me that if you terminate the pregnancy, that's going to be a lot worse and haunt you down the road forever versus just keeping the baby that you're not prepared to have and you don't want. And I want to take a second and acknowledge all of you who have also lived through that. I want to take a second and acknowledge all of you who have also been on that far end of the bed, listening to your guardian, your caregiver, your parent, whoever it is, guilt you, coerce you, or shame you into keeping a child that you know you are not ready or able to take care of. It doesn't even matter if you did choose to do the act that creates a baby. At the end of the day, keeping that baby or not is still your choice. What you deserved was a safe place, a safe adult, parents who heard you, listened to how you felt first, and then said, hey, here are your options. Genuinely, full transparency, here's pros and cons of option 1, pros and cons of option 2, pros and cons of option 3. It is fully up to you which choice you pick, but now you know the risk benefits, and it's completely your choice. I'm just here to hold your hand and walk with you down that road. That is what you deserved. That is what every single person who experiences coercion in not terminating their pregnancy deserves. But in my opinion, this is going to be a pattern of behavior that we can see while we continue watching these videos that, in my opinion, this mother does not care about her children's privacy, their choices, or their personal boundaries at all.
It's my choice whether I want the baby or not. If I went and opened my legs to get pregnant or closed my legs to get pregnant, it's my choice. So why do you feel the need to invade my privacy and make that not my choice? Like,
because you're still underage.
Yeah, I went to church, yeah, but it's not baby when it was just one.
But how you was gonna do anything? How you gonna get rid of it?
Take the abortion pill.
If it was somewhere through a doctor, I'd take my hand out of it.
When she posts this video, can all of y'all tell her that aaccess.com works? Thank you.
A-Access, y'all going to jail.
That video was from March of this year where she is still saying the same things. I don't understand why you feel entitled to my choice about what happens with my body. If I did the act, shouldn't it also be my choice about what happens after the act? And you can hear more than one person explain to her why it's not fully her choice, and those other people are her siblings. Just echo chamber of nonsense. And it becomes extremely transparent to me, this mom's exact feelings when it comes to terminating pregnancies, because upon hearing about the abortion pill being sold online, jail for everyone, So we've got a pregnant teenager who clearly does not want this baby, and a family echoing all around her that you need to keep the baby. That's what Pastor said. Pastor said to keep the baby. Babies are a blessing. The other one will haunt you forever and ever. Well, of course, they're gonna adopt that baby, right? 9 months ago, my daughter was certain she was not ready to be a mommy yet. And so that she didn't terminate her pregnancy, I said I would adopt my grandbaby. Now, although that is a legal pad, that is not like an official transference of custody and saying that the mom now has custody and has adopted her grandchild. But the point remains, okay? This mother has essentially taken away every other option from her teenage daughter as far as what to do with this baby, and now the daughter has really only two options. I raise the baby myself, or I trust my mom to raise my baby for me, because clearly she wants this baby more than I do. And no, it's not a stretch for me to say that this woman wanted her child's baby. This video posted May 29th, and it reads, point of view, your daughter was pregnant, but you had a baby. Or this post from July 23rd that reads, your grandbaby looks more like you than her parents. Yeah, I'm telling you, it's not a stretch at all. It's incredibly, incredibly predatory. In my opinion, it really feels like to me, being that she has 9 kids, in fact, one of her kids is still so young that they are still breastfeeding, it feels like to me she's one of those kinds of people that just likes babies, likes having babies around all the time. And hey, the more kids you have, the older they are, the easier it is to care for those babies, because an irresponsible parent will just make the siblings help care for the child whenever they don't want to care for that child anymore. We see it time and time and time again, and it's absolutely pathetic. It is pathetic parenting. It is selfish. It's self-centered. I don't care about what all of these people who live like this have to say. It's like, oh, I'm raising human beings. Like, this is such a huge job to raise. It's your choice. You are not raising all of those human beings. Your other children are also raising children. You guys are just all a children factory with children raising other children while you are the factory producing the children. For what? So that people look at you with all of these kids and ask you, how do you do it? How do you do this? But you'll never say I wouldn't be able to do it without my 3, 4+ built-in babysitters who are not paid or appreciated for all of the extra parenting that they are also putting into their siblings. But here we are in the middle of it, okay? She's pregnant. She is keeping the baby. So surely her mother would give her the best pregnancy experience possible, right? Because the mother's going to be the one adopting the baby, taking care of the baby, raising the baby after it's born, and she knows that her daughter wasn't even ready for this anyway. So wouldn't a loving mother go out of their way to make their child's pregnancy experience as good as it possibly can be given the circumstances? Because listen, if somebody is going to be forced to keep a pregnancy, then they deserve to at least try to enjoy as much of it as they possibly can. Well, of course, that's not what's going to happen, because don't you know this entire pregnancy is all about her. It's her grandbaby. It's her daughter. This is all about her. This is really hard for her. It's emotional for her. This is her experience. So she is going to document all of it. And she documents so well that she actually gets her teenage daughter fired from an OB clinic. And she did this by filming in the office itself. Now listen, as somebody who has been pregnant multiple times, as somebody who has been in that ultrasound chair looking at the little baby wiggling on the screen, yes, I have absolutely taken pictures inside of that office with consent. And only when they told me I could. I was definitely not just waltzing in there with my camera rolling, recording anybody or anything that got in my path, but that's what she does. And in this one of these very first videos where she's showing like walking into the doctor's office, quite literally, there is a toddler in full view, just like as if she was intentionally recording this toddler, like walking toward the camera. That's not her toddler. That toddler has nothing to do with them. And before I play you guys the clip of them walking into this office, I do just have to let you guys know that you are going to hear a very crude comment being made by the mom toward her pregnant daughter that just does not sit well with me, especially compared to other pieces of evidence I will bring forth later, but please just let that one roll off and just store it in the back compartment for when we will talk about it later. It's gross.
One of your girls wanted to bring a girl home. One of your
Look that, I know what y'all talking about.
or one of your boys want to bring a boy home.
First of all, my house is not for nobody to bring nobody home. Dang, your titties are huge.
Bro, y'all said that when they was.
Oh my goodness, thing. Big.
I'm trying. Y'all walking too fast.
Come on, we gotta get in here. This time you talking.
I'm not.
Lick your lips.
Yeah.
I just told her it's a shot. Let me see.
I can't lick
No,
them.
it's something right here. Okay, you can lick them lips.
No, I can. They gonna start all over again.
Watch it, watch it.
So yeah, I got it wrong. It wasn't just one child in full view, it was 2 children in full view of the camera. And did you catch that weird comment her mom made about her? About the size of her chest? Well, that's a running theme in this family, at least from what I am seeing by what she herself is posting. And I don't think that that's okay. I don't think that that's normal. That hearing it made me really uncomfortable, paired with, because I know that there's probably a lot of you already like, oh my gosh, you're such a prude. You can't take a joke, blah, blah, blah. Your trauma is just talking through you. Number one, yeah. Number one, some of that is probably a little bit true, but number two, you're gonna see throughout this video that this is something that is talked about in a weird, crude way, not just with this pregnant child, but with a 9-year-old child. And it's filmed and posted for the entire world to see. This is inappropriate, it's predatory, it's weird. There is no respect of boundaries or privacy for her children. This video was posted on February 2nd of this year, where it reads, "My daughter is pregnant in her chest." And now I know that me saying chest is going to enrage a lot of people. It enrages me that I can't say the words that I should be able to say, but due to the nature of my content, YouTube really is strict with me over here, so I have to be very careful about the words that I'm using. But the entire video is just that. The entire video is her zooming in on her 17-year-old daughter's chest, talking about how, oh, see, that's what I've always said, is that babies can be stored in your chest. That is just some sort of weird excuse to be able to talk about pregnant people's chests or just stare at them and make conversation about it. Here's the thing is, yeah, they are going to enlarge because during pregnancy, your body is getting ready to produce milk. That is just a biological fact. That's not something we need to be pointing at and pointing out all the time, especially when we're talking about a child, a minor child, and then you're going to record an entire video of just basically you talking about your child's chest and posting it to the internet for everyone to see and also comment on. And I'm sorry, but you're just going to have to take my word when I tell you this. She also posted a video of her 9-year-old wearing just a white tank top. And the entire video is focused on that 9-year-old's chest and how that 9-year-old is developing. And the crude jokes and comments made in that video between the family themselves, it's just so wildly inappropriate. It's uncomfortable. You can see that the child herself is uncomfortable, like what is even like happening right now? And then to have that filmed and posted to the internet for the entire world to see and comment on, to save and share and do with that content whatever they please. And the comments are flooded with people begging her to take it down. Like, what are you doing? Genuinely, what was the point in any of us saying this? What was the point in having this conversation at all? This is so inappropriate. Please delete this. But does she like or respond to any of those comments? No. She only responds and likes to comments that agree with the video, that like the video, that say, hey, I experienced this too, blah, 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 whatever it is. Does not care about her child's protection, her child's online safety, and of course, her child's privacy. This person all around, in my opinion, is just a very irresponsible mother. In at least 2 videos that I saw, she had a toddler in a car driving without a car seat. Not even buckled into the seat itself, literally able to just stand and walk around. No car seat. This is a video that was posted on July 22nd of this year, and it's just her updating about her daughter, exploiting her daughter's story. Let's just call it what it is, exploiting her daughter's story. And you can like see in the back seats, if I zoom in here, you can see that there's no car seats. Over here, you do see something like purple, but if you watch the video, then you'll know that that's a person because they get up and they move around. And she stops the video for a second because you can hear like a slurping in the background, and she stops the video and gets back on and is like, oh, that's just my 2-year-old, sorry. And then she like pans the phone around, and there is a 2-year-old sitting in a seat without a car seat. And while that phone is panned further back, you can see further back, there is not a car seat in this car. Not one. Not one singular car seat with a 2-year-old. A 2-year-old, mind you, 2-year-olds not only are supposed to be in car seats, they're supposed to be rear facing still. They're supposed to be rear facing, let alone sitting forward facing, not even in a booster. And on February 23rd of this year, she posted a very similar video, but in a different car, where it seems like herself and a grown man, so 2 adults are in the back seat. And there is a toddler seeming to just be standing or maybe sitting on like the guy's lap or something. No buckle, hanging out not even behind one of the seats, but in the middle, so that if there is an impact, a projectile object's going to go projectiling through a front windshield. And that projectile object in this case is that baby. These videos are months apart. And she explains this away by saying, oh, well, we had a car accident and we just haven't got new car seats yet for the rental cars. Would that not be the first thing that you would get after a car accident for your child? I digress. Let's move back on to how she is specifically exploiting her teenager's pregnancy and the hardships that come with this pregnancy, because I think I've derailed enough to let you guys know all of the other problems with this woman, which really ties into the big overarching issue that we're dealing with now. To bring us all back on track, what we were originally talking about was how this mother is ruining this pregnancy experience for her daughter by acting so foolish, like filming in the office, filming patients in the office, filming children walking out of the office. And her actions of filming and posting this content within a doctor's office got her daughter fired from this doctor's office, and she still cannot see at all how any of this could be her problem or her fault in any way, shape, or form.
So TikTok, I had a situation yesterday, right? So I took my daughter to her OB appointment. And y'all excuse me if I ramble a little bit. I am so upset, right? But let me try to get through this. Hold on. So I took my daughter to her OB appointment. Now, remind you, this is a very important appointment. This is her 20-week anatomy scan. And anybody that's familiar with that is where they check to see if anything's wrong with the baby. It's very important because they're checking the baby to make sure everything's okay. And there's a small window that this could be done. So yesterday I take her to her appointment, and the minute that we enter the ultrasound room, the technician goes, you guys have to put your phones away because you posted me on TikTok, and yeah, I didn't like that or whatever. So put your phones away, and automatically being rude. So me, I'm mama bear. I get in defensive mode, but I respect her wishes, and I'm trying to put the phone away. But then the comments that this lady keeps making, I'm like, hold on, I'm a grown ass woman. You telling me I'm gonna respect not recording, but you telling me I can't have my phone in my hand, baby? That's not gonna fly here. So anyway, she continues to make these very slick comments. I have everything on video. Long story short, hold on. Long story short, we get in a little, altercation. It wasn't big, but I was telling my mind this lady was going back at me. So, and I'm just telling her, like, look, you are like you're nobody. Like, who do you think you are? Y'all sitting here telling people they can't record. This is something like personal and something that everybody is doing now. But whatever. So before I am able to leave, the doctor sees me, he stops me, he calls me to the room, and respectfully I go to the room. He sits me down. He never apologizes for what happened, but he tries to pretty much say that it was excusable what she did. Like, you wouldn't like it if anybody posts you. So I was just telling him, but look, you get more bees with honey. If you're nice about the way you go about things, usually people will understand you and will just do it. I've taken stuff down before because people are like, I don't want to be in the video. So it was no big deal about that, but it was the way she came about it with her rude comments. And remind you, I'm already going through it. This is a teen pregnancy. My emotions are already everywhere. And you're trying to do everything the right way, but you can't make everybody happy. Anyway, he goes through all of this, and then before he leaves, he tells me, please don't post the video. Please, 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 just don't post that video. So you already know he knows he's wrong. I have everything on video. So I tell him, I'm like, I don't say whether or not I'm going to post it or not, but they rescheduled my daughter's appointment for Monday. These people just called me. And I'm going to let y'all hear the conversation between myself and the lady. Let me let y'all hear this. And then I'll let you guys see what happened yesterday. Okay? So here we go.
So, yeah, this was a situation from yesterday, and after reviewing the video and speaking with the staff, they have concerns. So we have to, dismiss your daughter, unfortunately.
Okay.
Because of your behavior. So
because of my behavior?
Yes, and the
So
filming without.
no understanding of what it was that she did. So you guys are just like it was my behavior. I'm the one who acted away.
Yes, you posted us on TikTok without anybody's permission. I mean, that's not allowed. Okay.
Well,
So I tried to get you an appointment.
you guys
downstairs.
don't go and say don't post on TikTok. You don't. You did you
We
say
can't tell you where to post. We don't tell
exactly?
you where to
So
post.
you're telling me right now that the reason of this, right, is because I posted a TikTok where there is very little. I was posting my daughter's
No, you posted the whole waiting room. You posted my front desk, and I didn't even see the post that you did in the ultrasound room. But there's no need to argue.
What's your name? I'm not gonna argue.
So, yeah, this is a situation from yesterday.
I genuinely feel like this woman feels like she can do no wrong. And also, if you notice the language in all of these videos, it's all me, 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 me. This is a teen pregnancy and I, me, my, this. What about your daughter? Your daughter just got dismissed from her care because of your behavior, and you would rather just argue about your behavior and argue on semantics and whether or not you're technically right about the, well, you technically said this. Who cares about the technicalities? Look at the principle. The principle is there. You are messing up. You are messing it up for your daughter, and you messed it up in the first place by not leaving this up to be her choice. And now you had the opportunity to make her pregnancy at least a little bit easier than, not being pregnant, which is what she wanted.
Understand? When we left there, my daughter was crying. She never comes. This is her anatomy scan. She never comes back. She goes out there talking about us, and that's where the confrontation starts, because she's saying these people. Like, these people, what people? She gets up, she throws the paper at my daughter and tells her to wipe her own belly. That's what she did. She told her to wipe her own belly. She never gives us the ultrasound photos. She never even calls the doctor in.
And you know what? That is really messed up for that pregnant teenager, because that's not her fault that her mom's acting like this. And I bet she would at least like to have some of those photos. Oh, wait. They do have their anatomy scan photos, because on the 17th of February, she posted another video from inside during this office appointment where she shows the photos in her hand. As you can see right here, she's pointing to them. These are the anatomy scan photos. And also, if you can remember back to that clip that I showed you where that toddler was in the car and there was the grown man and her herself, the grown woman back there, announcing the fact that her daughter is pregnant, what does she fold down? Anatomy scan photos. That's so crazy. So I don't know why she would just blatantly lie about that when she herself posts evidence of her contradicting herself, but that's just something to point out there. Eventually, this pregnancy does come to an end for this child, and she does give birth. And if you're thinking that this grandma held up her end of the deal and is being the sole person taking care of this child as if she herself is the child's mother, because that's what you do when you agree to adopt someone's baby, you agree to care for them as if they are actually your own child, i.e., you're not relying on anybody but you to make sure that child is taken care of. Well, you'd be wrong, because that's not what happens, because she continues to guilt trip her child into taking care of the child that she didn't even want in the first place, that she made her keep.
You think you finna stick me with the baby? Ooh, girl.
This is one day.
Where you trying to go?
I need to go get my eyebrows done, and
I need to go get my nails done. That's actually where I was going.
You just went and got your toes done.
Says who?
Well, they still look done. So.
Says who? You seen what? That's exactly where I'm finna go.
Yeah, I think she can do whatever she wants to do. I think she can go get each individual eyebrow hair plucked out by as many shops around the town as she wants, even if it takes her 4 days, because you signed up for this responsibility, ma'am. She told you what she wanted, and you said, no, that would be a bad choice. That choice is going to haunt you for the rest of your life. Remember what Pastor said? Remember what Pastor said? You made the choice when you lied down and did it, and now you have to keep it, and you know what? I will adopt that baby for you. Bada bing, bada boom. Everyone's happy, but now, not so happy now, is it? Because you have the responsibility of another baby. You wouldn't if you had let your 17-year-old make a choice for herself. You might not like it, but I mean, you signed up for it. You're the one who coerced, you're the one who pressured, you're the one who guilted and shamed, and you're the one who agreed to that little legal pad, I will take over the rights of the baby, I will take over caring for the baby. No worries, you just have to have it. And that's what you agreed to, so now it's your time to step up and do it. And I don't care that you've done it 9 times before, you just signed up for a 10th.
Yeah. What?
She will not go to sleep all night.
I knew this was coming.
I need to go to sleep.
Look at this. Look. Move. Let me get the baby.
I need some sleep.
Oh, your mommy giving you away.
Oh my gosh.
I'm giving you away, babe. I'm giving you away.
Yeah, I think that she just likes babies. Did you see how fast she swacked her daughter off of her? Her little tiny toddler daughter just, whoop, get out of here. Get out of here, you're not in the frame anymore because there is a baby being brought to my arms. Mind you, she even has like a video posted on her page about that very same daughter feeling like jealousy and feeling kind of replaced by the baby and not fully understanding that I am the baby's aunt. This is not another sister that's taking all of my mom's attention away, but I mean, it kind of is, and you're kind of reinforcing that anxiety and internalized beliefs within her when she sees the baby coming into the room and she's trying to crawl onto mommy and mommy says, move or go, whatever she said, and literally swacks you away. Hello? And honestly, based off of y'all's agreement, she was giving you a break once again. She did not sign up for this. Now, I have also seen a lot of people say that they think a lot of their videos are like skits, like pre-planned ahead. Honestly, I don't care if it's a skit or not. I really don't. I don't care if it's a skit or not. I don't care if it's satire. I don't care because this is what you are presenting online. And at the end of the day, what we are seeing right now is some people's reality. This is some people's reality. They're legitimately, so if it's a joke, if this is just a skit and satire, it's not a very funny one because this is a real reality that so many people live every day, that so many people have lived and have struggled through and barely even made it out of. It's not a very funny joke or skit if that's what they're trying to get at here. But at the end of the day, Grandma, you signed up for this. She's giving you a break. And she shouldn't have to. I think the video I'm about to play for you guys really just sums up how much she actually cares for and respects her children's choices and wishes.
All right, y'all. So, this is something I've been wanting to do. And my daughter would kill me, but I'm gonna sneak a kiss. You're not gonna tell your mama on me, right? You're not gonna tell. Oh, girl. She got them good old kisses. Oh, okay, mama. Come on.
Literally so many red flags from such a short video. Not only do you know your daughter does not want you to kiss her daughter, but you chose to do it anyway. And then you chose to say, oh, you're not gonna tell your mom, are you? That's not language any adult should be using around children ever at all, period. That's very sneaky language that makes you a sneaky, tricky adult, and you are not a safe adult around children if you are making children think that it's okay and acceptable to keep secrets from their parents. And then does not proceed to kiss the baby on its head, which if a parent says no, that's still unacceptable. She kisses that baby straight on that baby's lips and doesn't stop there because then she turns the baby around and lets her children also kiss this baby. And what I find really ironic is that just like a few posts like a couple weeks earlier, I don't know, a few posts before this, she had made a whole video talking about how she doesn't understand how people bring their babies out in public because of other people's germs and blah, blah, blah. And now here you are a few posts later, a few weeks later, kissing all up in this baby's mouth. By the way, those germs also count as your germs and also your children's germs. Those can all also make a baby sick. And obviously, people saw a huge issue with this. So of course, in the comments, everyone's like, number one, why are you kissing this baby when the mother told you don't kiss my baby? And number two, why are you kissing this baby on its lips? What's the obsession with the lips? And the lying, I don't get it. She's like, I didn't. I kissed its neck. We all saw. You took the video. You took the video, you edited it, and you uploaded it. You saw what we saw. Why are you saying that that didn't happen? It's right there. It's right there. It's nothing is funny about this. Nothing is cute about this. Nothing is quirky about this. Nothing is wholesome little follow along on our family vlog. This is nothing but predatory, just stomping all over your kids' boundaries. You don't view them, in my opinion. Parents who treat their children like this do not view their children as individual human beings worthy of respect. I feel like parents like this will forever see their children as simply extensions of themselves, and therefore they can do with that extension whatever they want. And if that extension rebels, well, there's something wrong with you, not wrong with me. As if everything about this is not already bad enough, things take a very, very dark turn because it turns out that this teenager starts struggling with postpartum depression. And no, postpartum depression is not what a lot of people think it is. It definitely was not what I thought it was. I was expecting what they say, you know, baby blues, just some baby blues. That was not my experience, and that is not so many people's experience after they give birth. It can be debilitating. It can be terrifying. There are so many psychiatric problems that can happen after you have a child that goes way past even just simple depression. They are completely debilitating. They are terrifying. They completely change the way you see yourself and the world. And unless treatment is received, unless that person gets help, it only gets worse and it snowballs. And we deserve proper postpartum mental health care. Am I right? Too many of us are failed. Too many of us are failed. But that is what we are about to see. That is what this mother is now going to be exploiting on her journey, you know, because this all affects her so much, which is what gives her the right to post it. Somebody had even made a comment on one of her videos saying, "Why are you documenting her journey? Document your own. She told you she wasn't ready to have a child, but you adopted the baby as yours, and now you're making her seem like a villain. This is crazy." She responds back saying, "To say that this isn't my journey shows that you probably haven't been through anything that affected everyone in your family. I doubt it. You're simply choosing to look at it from the wrong side, but it's okay, I get it."
Tatiana, open the door. I'm gonna have to break in. Come on, it's not fair to the baby. So this has been almost, well, two full days now. And, you know, my grandbaby is breastfed and she doesn't want to open the door. I don't know if to break the door down or respect her boundaries or respect that she's maybe experiencing some type of postpartum depression, but I don't know what the fuck to do. Like, I'm about to give up. I just cannot do this.
As it turns out, her daughter is struggling from postpartum depression. So during those few days, while she was in that dark room by herself, probably having some of the darkest, scariest thoughts she's ever had in her life, she had her mom outside of her door, banging on her door, "Hey, your baby needs to eat. Your baby needs you. You need to breastfeed your baby, blah, blah, blah." Mind you, she agreed to adopt this baby. She agreed to take care of this baby. She made a promise to take care of this baby that she is not keeping because she is outside of this door berating her daughter to take care of a child that she promised she would take care of, a child that her daughter said, "Hey, I can't and I don't want to." Mind you, a lot of you aren't going to like that I'm about to say this because this grosses a lot of people out, and a lot of people are not educated on breastfeeding at all, and it drives me crazy. Wet nursing is normal. Okay, grandma is already breastfeeding her youngest child. If this baby can only take breast milk, and this baby is just so angry and hungry and screaming that you have to go berate your daughter who clearly does not want to be involved right now, why can't you just wet nurse your grandchild? I mean, obviously that there has to be a conversation there about that. I'm not just saying that people should just go around feeding other people's babies without there having been a conversation, but why is this not part of the conversation? Why are we choosing to chase after her and make her do it? Why not offer that as an option? Why not take some of that burden off of her? And again, you know, maybe they did have a conversation. Maybe the daughter said, "No, I don't want you doing that." And that's totally freaking fine too. And honestly, given this family, I don't really blame her, okay? But the point remains, go get formula. Go get donated breast milk. There are so many other things that you could do besides chasing your depressed child who was forced to have a baby that she didn't want to have, according to you guys. So what ended up happening was the 17-year-old ended up leaving. She ended up running away, and the family didn't know where she was until they did know where she was, and it turned out that she had been staying at her grandma's. And then the sister actually went to go help pick up the 17-year-old. So it was the sister, the 17-year-old, and the baby, and they decided to film a TikTok together. And I am only gonna play you guys this one certain piece that I want you guys to hear, because the rest is just them or her trying to convince everybody that she really wanted to be a mom. She just needed a little vacation. Everything is fine. We're not forcing anything on her. This is all her choice.
But yeah, definitely my booty changed. We're gonna try to get her back feeding, y'all. Hopefully she feeds her again. Say, cause I want my mommy to feed me.
Yeah, what's their first priority? Let's get her back on breastfeeding. Like, that's gonna magically fix everything. There are some people who say if you breastfeed your child, that will help help ward off postpartum depression and things like that. But on the flip side, the flip can also happen. There is something called DMER, which is essentially whenever you have a letdown, your body is letting that milk come out. It can cause this intense sense of just dread and disgust. I had it with my first child, and I felt putrid. Honestly, that's the first word that just came to me, putrid. Yeah, I think that feels good to say, that fits. I felt putrid. It felt horrible. It felt disgusting. It felt like I was doing something wrong, and that also had to do with some of my postpartum mental health disorders. I struggled a lot with postpartum OCD, and it was rough. Yeah, breastfeeding was not very fun. It wasn't this fluffy, fun, happy-go-lucky time, and honestly, I wish that I had chosen formula, but I didn't, because I was surrounded by religious people that were saying, it's the milk from God. Anything else could hurt your baby, blah, blah, blah. So, I pushed through it, and I wish that I didn't. I wish that I had not pushed through it. Do you want to know how much of my children's early lives I remember? None. Yeah, I have pictures to look at. And I'm serious, that's the reality for so many, because we're told just keep pushing through it. The more you just pour into your baby, the more things will be better. And that's just not true. We need help. We need actual support and actual help. And support and help is not being chased around saying, hey, take care of your baby more. Hey, do more. Hey, do more. Your baby's gonna hate you if you don't do this. That's not helping anything. If you actually want to help somebody who is struggling with postpartum depression, ask them what they need. Get them actual help. You don't just keep throwing responsibilities and guilt and shame at them as if they are not already on the brink itself.
Someone you love just had a baby. Please take the moment to watch this video. I sincerely wish that every family knew this about postpartum depression. My name is Quita. I'm a mother of 9 kids, and I have been sharing my daughter's story with postpartum depression. As a mom, watching my daughter go through what I now know was or is postpartum depression, there's just some things that I just wish the whole family had known. I wish I knew that postpartum depression isn't someone being, ungrateful or just someone being distant, but it actually is an illness, and it's one that just does not get spoken on nearly as much as it should be, not even close. I wish I had known, my family had known that, telling my daughter, oh, everything is going to be okay, you're fine, wasn't helping at all. In fact, it was doing the opposite. I wish I knew just a simple, how are you doing, would have made all the difference. I would have been saying or asking, Tati, how are you today? What are you thinking about today? What can we do today to help you? I wish the phrase, enjoy your baby, or your baby, wasn't used as much, because when you're going through something like postpartum depression, those are triggers. I wish we all knew that the best thing for her would have just been to sit in with her, maybe bring her food, clean up her room, prepare her showers and her baths. That needed to be as long as it took. And most of all, I want to convey in this video that I wish that we had known that there was help, and you can get help super early, and there is recovery through love, patience, helping, reassurance. All of those things you can help, and it can get better, and it will get better. Through support and treatment, there's always hope, and a lot of prayer. If someone you love is expecting a baby, go ahead and send them this video, please, because it could help them recognize the signs before it is too late. You guys have a good old productive day.
And that is the only good video she has ever posted regarding anything that is happening in this current situation. Because it's true. That is how you should react. You shouldn't think, wow, this person's just gone crazy. Ew, who is this person? Ew, your house is disgusting. Ew, ew. Wow, why are you acting like that? Like, no wonder why people act differently after they gave birth. They just had a baby. Yes, what we need is actual treatment without shame. You don't help someone who is buried alive by pouring more dirt on top of them. You get in there and you yourself, without even being asked, start scooping the dirt out yourself. And I say without being asked because if you're buried multiple feet under dirt, you're not going to be very loud. People aren't going to hear you. And the same can be true in the pits of depression. You might not hear us, but you can see it. Every day, women are neglected when it comes to the treatment of their postpartum mental health because it's just anxiety. You're blowing it way out of proportion. You just haven't bonded with your baby yet. And then they're called crazy. They're pushed to the shadows of society because they're not who they were before. Instead of taken out of those shadows and cared for, concerned for, given the help and treatment that they deserve and need so that they can get back to being who they are, their best version of themselves, so they can show up for themselves, their child, and their community in a way that they did before. But I think that's all I have to say in regards to the Chatterbox clan. I think that it's so dystopian and weird that we legitimately have parents who film everything. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be their child's worst day of their entire life. And these parents are so detached from reality and so detached from their own children that everything is just content to them. I think that needs to be studied. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if, in the next coming years, we actually do have some sort of studies on is it a mental illness to be that detached, or does that already have a name? Will it have a name in the future? Will it be like something specific? I don't know, but it's really dystopian and it freaks me out. And it happens way too often. There are too many family channels out there who are just exploiting every moment of their children's lives and not even really engaging with their children. It's like the most engagement these kids are getting is with mom or dad behind the camera, and that's the happiest that they see them because they're encouraging them to do X, Y, and Z. And then as soon as that camera shuts off, well, where is the engagement? It's not there anymore, guys. You know why? Because as a content creator, I can tell you that camera doesn't turn off and they get right back into playing again. That camera turns off and now they have to go edit and then they have to go post. What a confusing life that must be to live as a kid. Who even is my mom? Who even is my dad? It's like I have a camera mom and a camera dad and then my normal mom and dad. And I don't know what it is behind all the closed doors of all of these, child influencers' lives are, but we have enough accounts, like I think about the Frankies. But overall, I hope that this 17-year-old, Tati, I hope that she is okay. I hope literally worst case scenario is that all of this is just a really disgusting, weird, not funny joke, skit, rage bait channel. I'm not sure. I hope that she is okay though. Because postpartum depression is no joke. It's not something to be exploited. It's not something to be taken lightly. It's not something to be used for content. It's so dangerous. When it is not taken seriously, when women are not given the help that we deserve and we need, it's dangerous to themselves, to others. It's not funny. It's not something to take lighthearted. It's not something to make content about. It's not something to chase after your kid and say, hey, take your kid because it makes for good content for your page. Because that makes people feel bad for you, right? Oh, because everybody does feel so bad for her. Mama, are you okay? I can tell you are also hurt. You are seeing your daughter struggle in a way none of us want to see our children struggle. You are amazing. And she responds, when you know, you know. Someone else says, I can see the pain in your eyes watching your daughter struggling, and as a mother, I'm here offering love. And she responds with hearts. That girl deserved a choice. That girl deserved her choice being respected and supported unconditionally. And when that was taken from her, that girl deserved a normal, easygoing pregnancy. But she didn't get that because she had a camera shoved in her face for the entirety of it. She had gross, weird remarks made about her changing body throughout the entirety of it. Her mom got her kicked out of an OB office due to her own mom's behavior and lack of being able to see where she's going wrong. Oh, and then she had her baby, and then she had her mom posting things on TikTok talking about how much the baby looks like her and nothing like her daughter. And then while going through postpartum depression, still having a camera shoved as close to her face as possible while being chased around by a baby screaming. She deserves better. I hope that she's okay. I really, really do. I hope that she's okay. I hope that she is getting professional help. The mom had made a comment in response to somebody else saying, why hasn't she seen a professional? And the mom made a comment basically saying, like, why are you assuming she didn't see a professional? I'm sorry, we're all assuming that she hasn't seen a professional because you quite literally say every single thing that has ever happened. So when you're not clarifying that you are getting your daughter professional help, yeah, people are going to be a little bit concerned, especially when we know how serious postpartum depression can be. Okay? So that's where I'm going to end this here. Take postpartum seriously. It takes the lives of too many people because too many people want to neglect the mental health of people who just had a baby for some reason. If you can see that that new parent is struggling under feet and feet and feet of dirt, you do not wait till you can clearly hear them tell you to help and tell you how to help. You get your shovel and you start digging till y'all can meet in the middle and get them out of there. But that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and let me know your guys' thoughts down below in the comments. I am really curious to know if you are somebody who has also struggled with postpartum mental issues. I would love to know what helped you. What helped you to realize I need help? What helped you while you were struggling? What kind of support made life easier for you? What kind of support made it easier for you to bond with your baby? I would love to see that. I would love to know because I was drowning with no direction for a while there, and I'm sure other people would also really appreciate being able to have and see that kind of help, see what options are out there for them, because too many of us feel so isolated and stranded on a boat with no island in sight and a screaming baby in our arms. It's rough, and we deserve better. We deserve better. Moms deserve people to care and to advocate for us to also get better access to better help. Okay, but for real, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next one.